Welcome to High on Hoops. It is NBA playoff time. I got my joint lit, and I'm here with you know him, you love him, Joey. How you doing today, Joey?
I'm doing great. Woo, Miami! Let's go. We are white hot. It's 2-1.
It's a white hot
Chris, who would have
playoff
thunk
run.
it?
It's a white hot playoff run, dude. It's a white. It's white.
All our
It's
white boys are getting back in shape.
it's white. It's hot. It's going somewhere. Hopefully not on your face, but it is a playoff
Whoa.
run for sure, dude. Like we are
Yeah,
in it.
we're coming
And
hard.
you know whose face it is going in? It's going in Chris Middleton's face because we are showing them up, and it's going in Connaughton's face, and it's going in Lopez's face, and we're putting
It's
it
a
in.
bukkake
Oh, it's a
on the entire Milwaukee Bucks squad.
Oh, I love it.
Did you actually see there was like this post game interview with Kyle Lowry, and he was like, "Yeah, we were coming really hard," and he like caught himself and like he was like, "Ooh."
Well, he knows because he's
So
in.
that's a theme for tonight.
Well, he's in white hot playoff mode, so he knows that they were coming really hard, and they were coming
Yeah.
all over the Milwaukee
Yeah.
Bucks tonight, and that was awesome, dude. It was
Let's
it
not
was such a
lose
good win.
everybody within the first 2 minutes of the podcast completely.
Dude, it was such a good win. I'm so excited. Like I can't believe
Yes.
that we stole that one from them. Like I think any win at this point is considered us stealing one from them, even without Giannis,
Right.
because they are a more well-constructed team, and we have depth, but our depth has not proven itself over the course of the season, especially towards the end of the season. So yeah, these games are awesome, and seeing the role players come out, Gabe Vincent, fucking Duncan Robinson.
He was.
I mean, he made some plays. He made some plays. So listen, like, and I mean, Kevin Love. I can't believe I'm saying it, but
Yes.
Kevin Love, like, dude, yeah, it is.
Redemption.
It was a great all-around performance. Very happy with my team.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler leaves the game, I think, in the third quarter.
Brutal.
Something with his back. Hopefully, it's not too serious. I feel like he'll be back. But he was on one tonight. He had 17 points in the first quarter, and I was like, oh, well, here we go. Just another masterpiece game from Jimmy.
Playoff
He
Jimmy.
takes us home. And he did get the lead up to a point to where once he went out, like, the rest of our bench was already playing well, so they were able to keep it alive. Duncan Robinson had 20 points on the night, was 5 of 6 from three-point land. His first opportunity like this in a while. Chris, what did you think of Duncan's game tonight?
I think that Duncan is back. I think Duncan may be back. Like I just don't.
Confidence.
I don't know how else to say it. He definitely looks like a man that's shooting with confidence, and that is huge. Like he looked like he lost confidence throughout the whole season, and I don't know why they put him on the bench. I do think that probably has a reason. That probably factors into it. But yeah, I mean, the way he was shooting tonight, let's just keep the white hot streak going. You know, just keep that streak going, dude. Like it is. I am so happy with the performance of the whole team, but yeah, I mean, to see a guy like Duncan, who we pay so much and who's done so little all season, come out, it was huge for us. It was huge.
Yeah, and it was like good for him too. It's
Breaking news! Breaking news! Dylan Brooks has just been ejected from the Lakers Memphis game for hitting LeBron in the nuts. Ejected.
Did he really hit him in the nuts?
I swear he hit him right in the nuts. LeBron embellished it. Don't get me wrong. He did his best Cristiano Ronaldo, but wow,
hey, you be
dude.
careful with those nuts, Dylan Brooks.
Wow, dude. Unbelievable. It unfolds.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks with a whopping 7 points. That's like what you do right when you're losing. You just go for shit like that when you're getting your ass whooped.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's honestly too. They were down big in this game, and they just came back within range. I mean, it's 37-53. So I mean, that's a pretty big loss. Like if they were still losing by 25 or something like that, it may be a little bit different.
Yeah.
But yeah, now they have one of their best defenders out.
And now the Lakers are shooting free throws, so it's 54. Yeah, Memphis has really not come out looking good in this series at all. And the Lakers, on the other hand, have been crazy good.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis with the defense. He's been staying healthy. He's like he had like 10 or 8 boards in the first quarter. I saw.
It's insane, dude. Reeves, Achimura, both playing like guys who have been there before. Like it is this team is looking scary right now, at least for Memphis. I don't know how much further they'll go, but yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, you got to think at some point that like maybe they're, you know, they got a lot of guys on that team who are injury prone. So a long playoff run, you got to think the shoe's gonna drop at some point.
Yeah.
But back to the Heat, Victor Oladipo, unfortunately went down in this game, and Chris, that was
So
just
sad, dude. So sad. I mean,
we always sing his song.
Dude, I do not love where Victor Oladipo's going because it's to the locker room and then it's to the surgery table and then who knows from there. But I mean, dude, to be serious for a second, this guy's put so much into his rehab. I'm gonna say this over the song. I think it's gonna make it better. He's put so much into his rehab and he's worked so hard for this team, and to see him go down like this in the playoffs, it is just brutal. And yeah, we're going to miss you, Victor. Please stay healthy, and hopefully you continue your career in making great music like this song.
That was your Victor Oladipo morning gift moment.
It was, dude. It was a morning nightmare. Well, it was a night. It was the exact opposite of his song. It was a nightmare. It was not a morning. it was
a night robbery.
A night robbery. That's correct.
Yeah. Victor Oladipo, if you guys don't know, he puts out some pretty good music actually. Some of it's pretty catchy. But yeah, so that's sad for Vic. We know that he's been through hell and back with the surgery from Houston all the way to here. And it's just unfortunate to see it's rearing its ugly head again. We don't know how serious it is, so hopefully it's not that big of a deal.
I will say this, from the way he went down and the way that he looked at his teammates afterwards, I think it is serious, unfortunately. Like, you guys know their body better than we ever will, and the reaction that we got from him, to me, I think it says more than then I think it says enough. Like, I'll say that. I think that we're going to hear more probably over the next couple of days, but he's definitely done for the season, and who knows about his career at this point moving forward. And he looked so good tonight. He
didn't have the most buckets, but his defense was great, and
also
he had a couple easy
there
ones.
was, dude, when he went there was a time that we were both watching. He went to the basket and he looked so fast, dude. You commented like, oh, he's looking like De'Aaron Fox, and like he was, dude. And it's just so sad to see him go down like this.
Yeah, it sucks for Vic. I feel like he wasn't pressing too like he usually does. He wasn't trying to do too much, and he was playing well these playoffs. And the worst part about it too, or not the worst part, but another bad part about it is we don't have Hero either. So now our guard depth is pretty depleted at this point. And we have had a hard time scoring in the regular season, at least, as is. You can't rely on a Jimmy Butler 30-point game every game, even though he's pretty damn consistent. So I don't know. We'll see what we can do.
It's going to be tough from this point moving forward.
This really Bucks team, we don't know when Giannis is going to get back. We have one more game at home, the next game. And man, if you go up 3-1 on them, like even if they have Giannis next game, I feel like if we have Jimmy, like that's like 50-50 shot right there. Like I think with the momentum going in our favor, the Heat honestly too are just a team where if our guys are making shots, then we have a great chance at winning. If our role players make their shots, and role players play better at home. So
tonight we looked so dangerous, and I think the main reason we looked dangerous is because we were making our shots. We were spacing the floor, moving the ball well, and making our shots most importantly. And yeah, if we can do that, I mean, I would love to make a deep run, but at this point, if we can just eliminate Milwaukee and become an ace seed who beats a 1, like, I mean, that to me is going to be, it's going to be,
what, the third time that's ever happened? Like in the NBA, like dude, let's get it.
Let's go. I mean,
Um,
we're injured, but we're ready.
no, we're injured, but as long as we have Jim, amazing things can happen. We don't know when Giannis is going to come back. I gotta think they're going to play him next game, right? Like at this point, it's looking kind of dire.
They have to. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're not risking serious injury by playing him, they will play him. Like they can't not play him at this point. Like he is the only thing, and especially the way that Miami came out and played at home tonight. If they play that way again, it's I think that without Giannis, the Bucks are done. So
Yeah, I feel like Middleton had a pretty good game, and so did Drew,
yep.
and they still lost. Um, they actually shot 38% from three. We shot 48%. So they shot well enough to win most games. So but we really just went off on them. Um, and yeah, man, wow, what a crazy game. Kyle Lowry stepped up too. He had 15 points, 3 assists. He was really upsetting the Bucks and getting under their skin with his classic Kyle Lowry foul baiting. Where if he was on any other team, I would hate him, but he's on my team, so
We
whatever.
love it. We love it.
Yeah, we love it. So we'll see what happens with Miami. I mean, we're obviously hoping for the best. I am eating my fucking words because I really thought they were gonna had no chance in this series whatsoever. Obviously, when an MVP like Giannis goes out in the middle of game one, that's a pretty big advantage. But we lost Hero, right? Like he's our, you know, one of our only people who we can always pretty much rely on to get a bucket. So
Yeah.
that's not nothing, and it'll be sorely missed, especially if Depot also is going to be out.
Oh
So
yeah, I mean the loss of Hero is it's brutal. I mean and I think especially if we had Hero in this series being up 3-1, I think this series may be over. Like I think that this completely changes the complexion of this series. It changes the way that we have to play, but big upside, our defense tonight looked amazing. And so
yeah,
if we can continue to do that and make shots, like we definitely have a chance to beat this team. I mean, honestly, and I may be brazen to say it, but if we beat them again, that's it.
oh, if we beat them the next
That's
game, it's
it.
over.
That's it. Like I know.
They're not coming
I
back.
just yeah,
We
and
only have to steal one from them at their place or one at our place. That's
And
it.
with an unhealthy Giannis, we may even beat him in Milwaukee. We may even beat him in 5. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, it's all going to depend on Giannis, and who knows if he's going to even be 100%. Maybe Kevin Love can stand under the basket again and take a charge. That was a joke, people. That was a joke. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Go Heat. Yeah.
Pretty good, dude. Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I'm hesitantly excited, but yeah, I mean, Milwaukee's still a very tough team. Brooke Lopez he's just a walking rebound. I mean, when Middleton
He's
plays,
huge on the defense.
he plays like he can shoot the three. He can go inside. He is a very tough guy to defend. So yeah, I mean, again,
Drew Holiday got crossed over by Duncan Robinson today.
that was beautiful, but he is still probably one of the top 10 defenders in the league. So
not after that clip. Not after that makes its rounds on the internet.
no,
But
it will too.
yeah. But in other news, the Clippers and the Suns today. The Suns won. Russell Westbrook had 37 points in the loss, which was pretty crazy.
Now, quick question: do you think Russ is playing better because the lack of the stars on that team currently, or do you think that if Kawhi and PG were there, this series would be over?
I mean, I do think if Kawhi and PG were there, the series would be over. But I also think that Russell Westbrook only had this many points because those guys aren't there. I think if those guys were there, he'd probably only have like 12 or 15.
Well, let me
But
ask. Let me ask you though, because I think the biggest thing for me was his efficiency. So, do you think he would remain as efficient if those guys were there?
maybe.
It's just something that's odd because it's not been a theme, especially in the regular season, ever since he got moved. He's been probably one of the least efficient players in the league, missing every shot, and it just I don't know if to me it looks like there's just a new confidence there because he is the leader on that team, but it just seems like he's a completely different player,
I
and
do think he plays better when he has the ball in his hands, like the whole time. Like
yeah,
he's not like a super great off-ball player.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I do think it kind of leans into his strengths as a player. Russell Westbrook has been playing great this series. Even in games where he only has 9 points, he'll be getting like these crazy fucking rebounds that you're like only he as a guard could get, like type of ones.
His
Um,
athleticism for his age is still ridiculous.
oh
Like
yeah,
it's not even a question. But yeah, I mean
yeah.
I think it's just been a confidence thing, and I know he's been dealing with a lot. As far as just being shredded online, and I can't imagine what that's like because you're being shredded by millions and millions of people. And so yeah, I mean it's good to see him come out and show everybody that he can still do it at a high level. So
I feel like if I was a Suns fan, I would be a little concerned that these games have been so close. Like, and that they've lost games where it's just Kawhi and no Paul George. It's like, I would think this big three thing would have to be, like, better than they currently are. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean the fact that everybody expected them to blow through this series, and it seems like I mean they obviously lost a game, but it also seems like every game they've won, the Clippers have been hanging tough, and every game they've won has been without Kawhi and Paul. So it's just this team does not seem as fortified as everybody in the media has led us on to believe. But I'm definitely interested to see what they do in the next round because I do think that this series is over. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's appearing that way.
speaking of series that are over, the Philadelphia 76ers, Philadelphia, they swept the Brooklyn Nets. I think that was something
Today
that
without Embiid.
yes, today without Embiid. Did he? I didn't even. So he got suspended retroactively, correct? For the kick.
No, I think he's injured.
Oh, really? They just kept him out. Wow.
Yeah, I don't think they ever suspended him for that nut shot.
Which that's a different conversation. Like
Not cool.
no, for sure. Not cool. Especially, dude. Can you imagine getting kicked in the nuts by him? That dude is so strong. Like, oh my god, dude! If he kicked either of us in the nuts, like,
Oh,
we would probably
oh,
be.
dude, I'd be dead.
We would be in the stands. Like, he would have just like punted us. Like, it would have been insane. So,
Oh
yeah,
my god.
don't ever want to be on the receiving end of that. And yeah, no, but
No.
I think though with the Draymond suspension, which I think was deserved, I think that there was some question that he would be suspended, and I think he probably should have been, which obviously would have posed to be no problem because they would have handled
He's
them like
injured
they did
anyway.
anyway. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
do you think that the 76ers are a real deal team, or do you see them having problems in the next round?
Um, I think they're gonna have problems. I've kind of thought that they're like kind of a fake team, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, and I think that like today that was impressive that they were able to win without him, but also the Nets aren't really that great of a team.
Yes.
Mikal Bridges had a bad game, like a really bad game. Like he only had like 3 points in the first 2 quarters or something crazy like that. So you know, the role players, they knew they needed to lock in and get one more for the sweep. So good job on them. Who knows when Embiid's going to get back though? And they're really nothing without him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Um, and yeah, even as such, I don't think they're that deep of a team. When you compare them to like I don't know, the Heat's bench today looked fucking crazy good. Uh, you got Boston, who's got some really good role players, um, and yeah, I don't know. I don't see it with them.
No, dude. And if we're shooting like that, I mean, I think that our bench is really good. I think that is, um, you
I
know,
think we're hot and cold. Like we can't say our bench is really good after we're just one game, but
we
we
may
know
have
what they're capable of.
we may have gone playoff mode. So that's the only thing I'll say about that.
We're
Like
just like Jimmy,
we
but as a team.
we know that this is a different team come playoff time because this is a team where you have certain organizations where I feel like it's playoff or bust, and I feel like it's championship or bust, and I feel like that's in any sport. But I feel like the Heat, if they're not quite there, I do feel like they're on the cusp because people expect so much of them all the time. Like I feel like anything other than a deep playoff run is considered a disappointment in Miami. So,
If Spo's able to figure out a way to beat this team in the first round, like
oh, dude, it would be. Do you know how nice it would be to be able to hold that over
over Milwaukee's
all
head
the
after
Bucks
they
fans?
swept us.
Oh, dude,
Oh
it
my
would be
God.
so sweet. It would be so sweet, especially
All right.
especially with everybody saying that they're the best team right now. Like, oh man, it would be.
Yeah.
It would be.
It would be
sweet.
pretty delicious. Now there would always be an asterisk because of the Giannis thing, but Tyler Hero as well.
Yeah.
Important player for
Yeah,
us.
and the playoffs.
Not as important as Giannis, obviously, but
Also, the playoffs are the playoffs. Like, there's injuries. Like, you have to find a way to work around that. And I think that there's also no excuse for Milwaukee because they are one of the deepest teams, or considered one of the deepest teams in the league. So you find a way without Giannis, and I do know that he is a big piece, and we kind of spread our talent out. So an injury like Tyler doesn't do quite as much. I mean, I think that if Jimmy goes down, it's pretty much the same. But yeah, no, I just think that there's no excuse at this point. You're the one seed, and you had home court advantage. Even in the game,
I mean,
listen, no excuse.
not having your MVP
No.
is a pretty good excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. And that's the way I'm going to look at it, because if there are any excuses, then that means that they can make the excuses to us, and I don't want to fucking hear them. Like, I don't want to hear them. We beat you. We won. Hopefully very soon. We'll see. I don't know.
We got this.
We got
All
this.
right, so tomorrow we have a slate of games. The Nuggets, Timberwolves. Nuggets going for the sweep here. Probably going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Celtics in Atlanta again. The Hawks beat them last game. Was it close?
It wasn't far. It may not have been as close as it was 130 to 122. Like, and I think that it was competitive till the end. So
Could the Hawks win again and make it spicy?
I certainly hope so. I mean, I think they should, like, because
That would be awesome.
I hate Boston. Like, so yeah, if they
Yeah.
could do that for me, that'd be great. No, I mean, no. The real answer is no. I don't think they do. Like, I think Boston adjusts. Like, I think that Boston knows how good they are. Boston also knows where their strengths lie, and I think that they go back to the drawing board, watch some footage, they get the ball to Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart defends hard, and I think that they win that and they win the next game. And I think the Hawks are happy to take one from them.
So we also have Cleveland Knicks. That's going to be in the Garden again. You got to think that
Live
the
at
Knicks
the
are going
Garden.
to take that one. I would think. Not to say that the Cavs aren't capable of that. Donovan Mitchell could get 50 points in this game. And honestly, at this point in my life, nothing shocks me with him anymore. So
No.
I could definitely see that, a revenge game for him. The game, obviously, we're the most excited for is going to be the Kings-Warriors game at 3:30. to see if Sacramento kind of got beat like a drum at the last game. So I feel like the Warriors were locked in. I feel like they wanted to win as like a revenge game for Draymond, but now I feel like maybe they're a little relaxed now. They're gonna get him back. They're gonna feel a little confident. And Sacramento throughout the season has been very good at responding.
Yes.
Throughout the season, you know how they would do those two games where they would play the same team like on back-to-back days or like the next game or whatever.
Yes.
They were really good if they lost the first game at coming out during that second game and responding to what they had, like lacking physicality or whatever it is, which they addressed as the reason they lost this game. They just weren't getting into guys. And the 3-point shooting for Sacramento throughout this series has been pretty abysmal, which is crazy because they were one of the better ones in the league during the regular season. Um, the Warriors have done a really good job at taking away the Domantas Sabonis dribble handoffs that he does with Keegan Murray, with Kevin Herter, and those are usually the looks they've been getting in the regular season that have been so successful because Sabonis sets these crazy good screens out on the perimeter, but they've really been making a concentrated effort to just take that out of their game completely. So Sacramento's kind of had to get out of their comfort zone. Like that's why Malik Monk has been a little bit more prominent of a player in this series than he kind of was in the regular season.
Yeah.
Because he's really good at attacking the paint, and
Yeah.
they need to generate offense from somewhere. He didn't have a good game last time, and honestly, he's kind of a hot and cold player. Hopefully, he responds, and in this next one, he's hot. Um, yeah, I
So,
don't know.
so
We'll see. I can see this going either way.
one of the things I'll say is Sacramento has not only been good at responding all season, but the one thing, and I think this is the one thing that's made them such a good team, they have also been, I think, the best team, and I'm sure there are statistics that either back this up or disprove it. Um, they have been the best team at hanging around in close games and then finishing them. So I think
Yeah.
that is the most important. Like they let the last one get away from them, and they kind of knew it. And which I there was big win for Draymond energy in that stadium. Like I mean, you felt it. The fans were crazy every time Sabonis got the ball. He was getting booed. I don't think that bothered him much, but I do think that again, when you have that type of incentive from the fans as players, you just feel it differently. And I think with Draymond back, I don't think there's going to be that same energy. I also think there could be a case to be made that I don't want to say that Draymond makes them worse, but I think that with Draymond in the lineup, they maybe don't match up quite as well against Sacramento. So, and I think that we'll see how they play him over the course of the next couple of games, but Steve Kerr is a big Draymond guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his minutes still.
When you look at it and you think about Kevon Looney having like what 20 rebounds last game. Like, does he have 20 rebounds? Does he get that many boards if Draymond's there? Are they fighting over boards and maybe losing some? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a possibility, and I mean I think that too. As tough a defender as Draymond is, I just think that there are some flaws in his game. He's definitely not the best shooter, and I mean it seems like he can make them when he needs to, but not when he wants to. And he's not really the best at driving the ball, getting it in. He's got a big body and he uses his strength sometimes, but most centers eat him up, and so like I just think that if you're looking at a team who prides himself on shooting the three, spacing the floor, a guy like Draymond who can't really shoot may he may give them something defensively, but they may be looking for something more on the offensive end of the floor, and that might be the determining factor in them beating the Kings. which
He also
I'm a little bit nervous.
I am a little bit nervous too, especially they just looked so good last game. Um, Draymond is a great facilitator as well. I remember the first game he had like 11 assists. I know they ultimately lost, but he definitely adds a lot to their team. Man, can you just imagine that the Golden State Warriors arena whenever like Sabonis goes for a post up on Draymond? Like they are gonna be going absolutely
It's gonna
crazy
go
with the
wild.
booze.
It's gonna go
Yeah.
wild. So
Oh
yeah,
man.
I mean,
So
and we'll see how Draymond defends him. Like I think Draymond's gonna come out tough. Don't get me wrong, but I also think Draymond is the type of guy who can let that energy get the best of him as opposed to harness
yeah.
it. And so we'll see how he
As
plays.
opposed to Sabonis, who he's probably not gonna let that type of thing get
He
to him.
seemed unfazed, even with the crowd as raucous as they were. But I think that Sabonis is just he's a bona fide franchise player, and I think that De'Aaron Fox is what he's averaging. Dude, I think he's averaging like near 30% in this playoffs, which is insane for what second year player, third year player. So he's the real deal as well, and he is I think that
Wait, who are you talking about?
De'Aaron Fox.
Oh no, he's got to be like 6 years in.
No,
Yeah.
is he really? He's got such a baby face.
He went to college or he was on the same team as Bam. They were on that Kentucky team together.
What? So
Um,
I'm still going. I'm still going on the short end of that. I'm going 5 years.
okay, but all right. Anyway, and this game also too was like the most, um, or the Kings win actually was like one of the most watched games since 2011. I think they should have had 7.5 million.
2017
That's
draft. So yeah.
so six.
So
So
5 years.
closer to
So
what I said
five
than what
years.
you said.
5 years.
You
Whatever.
originally
Dude.
said three. You
Whatever.
originally
Dude.
said three.
Whatever.
Don't
Dude.
try to change
He
it
still
now.
he still has a baby face. So it's not on me.
Yeah.
It's on his face.
So me and Chris are gonna be sitting back, laying on the couch tomorrow, smoking some weed, watching that game at 3:30 Eastern time, my time.
12:30
Chris
my
will be
time.
watching at 3.
No,
Or 12.
12:30. 12:30,
Yeah,
dude.
you're right. I can't. I'm high. So on that note,
Really quick. Meaning to ask you, how was your 420?
I don't even remember what I did.
You smoke any weed?
I mean, probably I smoke weed every day. Hey.
Well, that's good. I'm
Yeah,
glad.
I don't remember what I did.
Okay, well, I worked at a pot shop, and that shit sucked. So, but yeah, happy 420 to everybody who celebrates. And
Yeah.
keep smoking
Thanks for
tough.
annoying Chris at his job.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, just keep buying weed. I mean, that'll keep me employed. So, and I'll keep smoking it, and hopefully, I don't
All
have
right.
to sell weed anymore one day.
All right, let's wrap this up. All right. This was High on Hoops. We're getting high. We're hooping.
Joey's getting testy, so we're leaving. No,
Dude,
you're getting
that
testy.
was-
No, it's okay.
That was
No, it's
ribbing.
okay. No,
That was ribbing.
Yeah. It was like ribbing like Mike Tyson, just like punching somebody in the ribs. But regardless, you have a good night, Joey. We're going to touch more on these playoffs coming up here soon.
We're going to touch people.
And yeah, we're going to touch them with our white hot playoff run. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye. Oh, that was a goal line. All right. Send me that audio, boy.